I sell these bottles on eBay, and I made this box out of scrap cardboard that I found. I found the cardboard in a dumpster. And what it is I make the same box over and over because I sell these bottles, and I made myself a template. And this was an existing box that I found that fit the bottles well, that I unfolded and I've traced it out. And so you can do this with any box. For instance, I have this box that I just got something. You know, I'd go dumpster diving and see if you can find a box that suits whatever your purpose is. It could be any size, from this kind of a thing to a pizza box. And so there's where all boxes are kind of joined together with that little tab. Now we have that basically the exact same thing as I have my template for this one, except, you know, it's just the boxes are obviously smaller. But what you do, let's see, this piece of scrap, that all done, take your pencil and just, oops, and you got to have these little notches in here where the flaps fold over, or it all kind of binds when you put the whole thing together. All right, so I just kind of quickly, and this is one of those rubber kind of crafts mats that you can buy at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever. You really don't need one. All right, so then I just kind of pull these and rip them out. Well, the other thing I should mention is, when possible, get the corrugations to run that way. So let me show you the trick that you got to do to get the nice folds. Let me see, I'm gonna move the camera real quick over to this edge of the table. Started, you can kind of see the table peeking out through these little gaps, and I just line it all up and then just kind of, you know, support it a little bit when you're bending it, because it'll go crazy, and just bend it over the edge of the table. All right, again, I'm kind of peeking in here. I'm kind of guessing I'm lining them all up where they're peeking through. You know, and the more you do this, the better you get. All right. So there's those, and then the other ones, again, I'm kind of seeing where the table's coming through. I don't want to bump the camera or bump the tripod there. I'm gonna have to, I don't know. So now we've got creases all the way around. I even do one here. All right, and then I'll show you how to join it. I'm gonna turn the camera off, get a couple things ready, and I'll show you how we essentially got the box right like that. Here's the last part of our box making. We've got our folded piece from our template, and when I use scrap things, I'll get like a box that a TV was shipped in, or a dishwasher or something like that, and I'll put all the graphics and everything on the inside, so it has just the plain brown on the outside. All right, so I use a little hot glue. If you're gonna do this, these cordless hot glue guns are really kind of nice. This comes with a stand that it plugs in, but I've lost the stand, but it's really kind of a nice deal. So I usually rip off a little bit of tape, put it all hot glue, and I kind of keep this in my teeth actually. And I fold this over, and this way you can get everything kind of lined up. And sometimes, if it's not lining up, you can kind of push these one way or another to get these gaps the same as they were when you cut it. And then what I usually do is I kind of look at it, make sure there's one that's better than the other, and the nicer side I'll leave to the part that you'll open up. And then I'll take this glue, Now this is probably put four little dabs. You know, this may be overkill on a box this size, but I don't know. And then you can kind of squeeze it and square it up because it's going to be a little crooked. And then I really kind of pull down on it a little bit to get it tight. And then I usually go back in there and then just hold those glue pieces tight. You know, and if it's kind of warm out and that glue's hot, you got to kind of hold it for a minute. It's kind of worth the wait. Sometimes I'll throw this down in here just to hold it if I'm doing something else while that firms up. But there's your shipping box out of a scrap piece.